Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in Gelderland. Because we're going so fast with it, and also it's done the same right over there, but this is minor details. We can sort of figure this out. There we go, right, we've essentially gotten rid of that. So we can't really go any faster than the speed that we're going right now. I love the way that that seed drill arcs over the top of the hill there. That is absolutely fantastic. I've now reached 50k, and it's just a tiny fraction too fast to be able to plant properly. It is actually leaving tiny little bits behind. I don't know if that's because it's bouncing. I don't think it is. I think that's purely because we're going too fast for it. So it's not able to properly plant everything as we drive over it, which is a bit of a shame. Oh yeah, the reason I wanted to do hired help for the planting was so that I didn't use up all of my fertiliser and seed, actually, because we're using that up as well. So I'm going to go with hired help just to do a run down through here so that we won't actually use it up. And it'll also just tidy up those little bits over there. At least that's what I'm hoping. There we go. Now, will the hired help plant everything properly without leaving bits behind? Nope, not even hired help can do it. So there's a couple of little bits here where we were going a bit fast by the time we reached the end. That needs to be done. The problem with that is that fertiliser keeps going out regardless of what we do. So these bits are not going to be properly fertilised, which is a bit of a nuisance. But I mean, that's probably alright. Like, there's not much now that we need to worry about that. I'll go over here and I'll get these tiny little bits. Let me just turn off the seed drill a second, and then I can go up there. Start it up just for that bit, and that's the last of it, I think. Right, so this one is tiny little bit too fast, actually. We have a slight problem in that it doesn't particularly like going too fast. Oh, I see. I can start it up and I can plant still. It's just without fertiliser. Let's turn that one off. We'll lift it up. We'll fold it. Boom, boom, boom. Awesome. I will never grow tired of that. Okay, let's have a look in here. So we got growth and we got soil composition. And okay, so I did leave bits behind. That's not so good. We need to put fertiliser on that one and these three over here, or we're just not going to have the crops planted properly. So it's a slight nuisance that we didn't get everything planted properly. Well, I think it was not planted properly. Although that kind of looks like it's... yeah, that needs rolling. I don't know why we've got one little bit that needs rolling and then the rest doesn't need rolling, unless it's something to do with this seed drill that we've got. Not quite sure. So, with this one going so ridiculously fast, we're going to have to actually slow the thing down a little bit in order to properly do all of the work that we need to do. But that's something that we will worry about later. Now, we've got those two down there, that one and these three that all need a little splash of fertiliser on them. What else was I doing? Obviously, I've been away a little bit. So, total capacity in here is 4,200. I've got the stuff. Okay, so the other bit that I need to do is I need to sort out the issues. I've got a load of mods now that aren't working. One of the annoying things with this bug that we've got is the output changes to 0 on them all, which is really, really frustrating. I've got chocolate donut there, which is currently inactive, even though I've got chocolate there. So I have got chocolate donut making. So I'm going to activate that one. Now this one here is saying out of space, and this one is also saying out of space. So what we've got, I've got another mod. It's called the Easy Development Controls. And the Easy Development Controls allow you to basically reload the XML without having any of the issues of, you know, ripping it all up and starting over again. This one right here, you can see we've got 0 on all of it. It's gone to 0, and that's the annoying thing with the bug, is we've lost everything on the outgoing products that we did have on there. The rest of it, though, should work okay. We've still got a load of potatoes in there, so the rest should go through. That one's out of space. This is out of space. So with it saying out of space, we go... The easy development, I press F12, and I've got this whole lot of menu right here. So I've got player, I've got things in here. I can have running multiplier and stuff like that. Objects and fill types, so I can add in various different things if I want to. Vehicles, placeables, and reload placeables, reload potato processing. You can reload everything if you want to. It doesn't help with this situation. You go close to one here, like I've just, it was already up there. It says reload potato processing. So if I click that one, successfully reloaded XML and i3D of one placeable. That's all I need it to do. And you can see immediately down in the corner, all those numbers are starting to come up. Because now if we have a look, this one's materials missing. That's fine. We don't care about materials missing. The rest of them, they're now all working. All right? That's all you need to do. But you do need to go up to each of them in order to make it work. So it's a little bit of a nuisance. You got to do that, but it's so much better. And it's the factory upgrades. I really love the factory upgrades that we got. So I can upgrade these to the level 2, level 3, that kind of thing. And they really, really, really help with our production. And so because I've got those, I do not want to change anything that's going on over here, like, or any of it. Like, I don't want to get rid of that factory upgrades one, even though that is the mod that is causing all the issues here. If I stand right in the middle here, because it's the one with the peppers, the one with the cucumbers, and then there's one up here that needs to be upgraded, that one, but then the onions one is working fine. So it's the level 2 ones that aren't working fine. So I've got to reload those XMLs. So if I press F12 right here, reload large greenhouse. There, successfully reloaded. Let's have a look and see which one it was. This one's fine. This one's fine. I got one there, the cucumbers one, that is not fine. The others are all right. So I just need to find the one that is growing cucumbers. This one here, out of space. So it's the cucumber one right here. So if I go to this one, and I press F12, and then I reload, successfully reloaded, it now says running. And it's that simple. So I've got... Unfortunately, though, reloading them does set them back to level 1. So there is... that side to it that is a little bit unfortunate, but I'd rather have that and keep the stuff that we've got in them than having to rip them up and place them down again and so on. It's a big lot of messing around. The factory here is also saying out of space, and it's got 0 on the outgoing products right there, so I'm going to need to reload the Heinz factory over here, our mayonnaise production. So come over this way. I got one single solitary pallet right there of 1,000 litres of mayonnaise. So if I go here, and I don't want to reload the chicken pasture. Let me try going over this way a little bit. Try again. Reload the ketchup factory. There we go. Right. Instantly I heard it start working, and you can see the mayonnaise coming up there as well. So that one is now all tickety-boo. I'm just going to go through and do the rest of the ones. It's literally just the donut production now. That's the only one we've got left. Something that is still on my to-do list is to correct the bad design of the pizza place over there. Because where we tip the products into the pizza place is just appallingly bad. I really don't like it. Materials missing. Oh, the pizza place has got to be reloaded anyway. I've reloaded all of those. Everything should now be working. So it's a lot easier just to do it like that. That is so much better than the alternative. And down here we have a little bit of honey. That's coming along nicely. So, I need to find a fertiliser spinner. Where have I got one? I did have a dedicated vehicle, but I decided to get rid of it. And I don't think I bought one back. Looking around here, I don't see one. I do have a small one in there, but that's only a small one, and I was kind of using that as a comic type thing. This wasn't set to a really wide machine, and I completely forgot about getting a proper fertiliser spinner, so I'm thinking I'm just going to go nice and simple. I'll take this one that's been edited by Stevie, and I'll use that one to race up and down across the field. We can use various different colours. Stara green. We're going to go with a bigger engine. We'll go with a 357 horsepower engine. We'll keep the wheels just as they are. The working speed, I'm going to increase that as much as I can, despite the issues we had previously. Although, I think most of the issues that we had with the working speed were because I was doing close to 50k with a seed drill, and it struggled. It was also partly, I think, because it's a really wide seed drill, so that might also have had something to do with it. And then in capacity, we've got extension on there. So we can have 5,100 litres as standard, or we can have 12,000 litres with the extension. Doesn't have any other options on it at the moment. Done everything else, so we will lease that one, because don't have the money to go and buy it. There we go. And I'm going to need some fertiliser, but we'll do the fertiliser at... Well, I got some fertiliser right there, so we'll go and grab that. So I can have 6,000 litres of solid fertiliser, or I could put liquid fertiliser into it. And I don't want to put liquid fertiliser, I just want to use the solid fertiliser. So we'll put that in there. And there's another little bit. I already picked up the other pallets that we had lying in the middle of the field, so I don't need to worry about them. And all I got to do now is get this spread on the field. Now, I'm not entirely sure what his spreader width was. So if I go here like this and then just press H, yeah, his spreader width is not very great. So we'll move back over this way. There, like that. And I'll try that again. This is going to be one of those jobs that takes a while. I've deliberately stepped it over a bit so that it will go up past that pylon without any issues. He says. Why is the hired help so dumb? Like, seriously. Why is it so phenomenally stupid all the time? Really irritates me how ridiculously stupidly moronic the hired help is in this game. Have I mentioned that it does irritate me ever so slightly? Just a teeny tiny little bit. Let's stop you right there. Apparently I'm not going to stop you right there. Well, I am, but it's not going to work. So if we double tap that one, and then we'll put you up over there. And then we can try again. I'll bring you up round here, and I'll head it off down this way. Okay, this is going to be a little bit slow to get going and do everything with, so it's not really something you need to worry about too much. I will carry on and get this done. The hired help is being dumb again. Okay. Let's get this started at least, and then this field can be sort of underway. I've got some other fields that I'm going to need to do as well, but there's another task that I want to do, so I want to get some slurry out, and I'm thinking the grass fields deserve to have slurry on them rather than this. That planted okay with the seed drill going on it, but there's little bits that didn't roll, which is odd. I don't know why it did it with rolling rather than anything else, but well, there we go. That's how it is. Let me do that one. Yeah, I'll carry on and do this a minute. We can find out now if he's going to be able to actually turn around on the corner or not. I'm really hoping that he will. Right on the end of the fields. It might not, because he may overshoot by too much. No, he's actually done it. Okay, this is fantastic. Right, so that one's going to carry on and do that field there. There's plenty of other fields to carry on with and do more on, but we're not going to worry about that at the moment. Actually, let me just shut you off there. So that's materials missing. That needs milk. put a bit a wee drop of milk in there. These greenhouses, I want to upgrade these. So I'm going to upgrade all of the greenhouses a minute, and then I'm going to upgrade that one to 11,000. That one is going to upgrade for 11,000, and that one is going to upgrade for 11,000. So there's those have upgraded. This one here, the mayonnaise factory, I'm not going to worry about upgrading this one just yet. We might actually do that a bit later. I'm not quite sure yet. Donut doesn't have anything going in. Cereal. Yeah, that was another thing. I wanted to do the vines, didn't I? I'd completely forgotten about that, naturally. And I've got 73,000 now in the total mixed ration, slowly coming through. And in the grass silage machine that we built, we've got another 30,000 litres of silage in there that is still processing. That's fantastic. That should get us a decent quantity of food pretty quickly. The cows are very, very low on food right now, so let me unhitch this one. Leave that one there. We'll pop round and we will pick up the feed wagon from over here. We'll load up the little bit of feed that we've got. That'll keep the cows going for today, and then we can get the rest of the silage in while some of the other stuff is going on, and we'll be able to top up the rest. So that's going to keep our cows nice and happy, at least for now. It's going to get progressively more difficult to deal with the cows. Like the chickens, I'm buying in the grain. I'm quite happy to do that. Eventually, I would like to be able to not have to buy in the grain for our 60,000 chickens. But I'm okay with the fact that we can't, at least for the moment. That, I feel, is kind of an acceptable thing. But the cows, I kind of want to expand the cows as we're able to keep up with feeding them. So right now we've got this much here. We've got 77,000 in there, which is really, really not a lot. The next thing I want to do is I want to get a slurry tanker, and I want to go and do some slurry spreading. So I'm going to either want a slurry tanker or a manure spreader, and we're going to want to be able to use both of those to deal with the grass. And this is something that I would like to do throughout, is the grass. I want to be fertilizing that, because see, once you do a cut on the grass, especially for those of you who don't know, when you cut grass, once you've done your cut of grass, the field that's left will have one coat of fertilizer left on it. So you've only got to go and put one more coat of fertilizer on there. But in order to put that coat of fertilizer, it's got to be something. So you can have your standard options of just fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, anything like that. Or you can put slurry, or you can put the manure from the cows, anything like that. So we've got over this way, I don't know if it actually shows up in the cows with the manure content. We have a look in here. It doesn't. It says the slurry, but it doesn't say the other one. So we've actually got to physically go over there and look at it. Although we do have that other mod. If we go up... Oh. I thought I had another mod. I thought I had one that gave me grand totals. Oh, I don't have that one active on this map, I don't think. Well, anyway, I've got this one right here. We can always use this to check. You got total mixed ration down here. Straw, see there, we've got 3.4 million litres of straw. We've got plenty of straw there. And if we scroll down a little bit further, you can see that we've got 434,000 litres of manure, and we've got 325,000 litres of slurry, which is not too shabby. So I have increased the amount of slurry that we can store up here, so we're never going to actually run out of the stuff, which is rather good. And then we've got this little store over here, which is a tiny store with a large capacity. We'll just say that there's a bit underground. So I've got plenty of manure and slurry here that I can use. I've just got to be able to put it onto the fields, and that is where we go into here. So we've got slurry tanks. I've got these different ones here. That's a manure tank there. It's got a 10-meter spreader width on it. There's a Terra variant there that's been edited by Stevie. So these are just slurry machines. And then down here, we've got various other options with manure spreaders and slurry tanks in here. I got a lot of different slurry tank options here, and quite a few of these have actually been edited by Stevie. I've got a load of the Samson machinery. The unfortunate thing with all of these Samson machineries is that you've got to have an unfolding bar on the back, and it's a set width, and it can make it a little bit slow and cumbersome when you're trying to actually do some spreading. And it's one of the things that I don't particularly like about those types of spreaders. If you had something like that, it just sprays it straight out the back without a bar. However, you are a bit more limited on the width than that, at least with the default stuff. So there's options that we've got. Now, what's this? This is the Lindner Unitrack thing. This is between 5 and 10 meters. So we've got right here is a 10-meter thing there. Capacity extension, 5,000 liters. Extension 2, 20,000 liters. So we can go up to 20,000 liters on there. We've got spreader plate on here. You've got a drag hose, which is 8 meters. You've got a swivel distributor, which is 5 meters. The standard spreader plate is 10 meters. So it's not very big. That's the problem. It's only a really small spreader width. I haven't actually modified anything yet to be a little bit more appropriate to what we want. So we're going to have to start off doing this job with something a little bit smaller than I would necessarily like. There are also some of these spreaders right here. We've got some different options in there. And again, they're the similar kinds of widths. Something that I would like to do is try the Brochard. This thing, just the standard one here, is 60,000 liters capacity, 60 meters squared in there. It does a 15-meter spreader width on it, and that is your basic Brochard monster spreader. This thing is an absolute beast, the world's biggest. So just a monstrous great big thing. So we've got this one right here, does up, like he's doubled the capacity of it, still 15 meters and 16 kilometers an hour. This one is exactly the same, he just goes faster. So we're going to try that one. I'd like to have a go with the Brochard right here, and color-wise, we can pretty much have anything we want, plus he's added in a few other delightful reds and stuff. I'm going to go with the red. Hatzenbickler red, Gregoire Besson red, Anderson, Bourgault, is Bourgault? I don't know, Kuhn, Salford. I think we'll go with that one, and then we'll have, we've got the Brochard blue. Should we put a bit of yellow down there? Red and black. Let's go with red and black. Capacity standard, we will have the extension there, obviously, 120,000. And I'm going to speed it up as much as it can go. I'm going to drive down there in just a second. I need to pop to this one, who has decided to drive off the end of the field and straight into the ditch. But it looks like he has actually finished the field. So, although he did give up at the end, he did at least finish the field. So, you know, credit where it's due. He drove it into the ditch, but not until he'd finished the field. Like, if he'd done it at the start, that would have been much worse. And I actually pointed that out to a boss once. I went and mowed an entire field, and on the very last round of the field, as I was finishing, no less, I'd gone all the way round on the outside round of the field, done all of the field, and it was literally the last meter of ground left when I hit a gatepost and bent the thing up. And the boss was like upset with me because I just gone and buckled up the brand new mower. That was the first time that mower had ever been used, by the way. So, you know, I can understand them being a little bit sensitive about it. The very first time that it was ever used. And I was a bit put out, though, because she said, and I quote, You drove into the fields. I thought better of you than that. I thought you were better than that. You drove into the field, and the first thing you did was destroy the mower. I was a bit put out by that. I said, no, it wasn't. I mowed the whole field first. It was the last thing I did. And she got really, really mad with me at that point because I'd dared to correct her when I'd done, you don't sound very sorry. And they got, like, proper angry about it then. And I said, look, I am sorry, but it was not the first thing I did. But apparently, pointing that out is not acceptable. So yeah, there was a minor disagreement on the wording of that particular one, but yes, I may have hit the mower, it may have buckled it up a little bit, and, well, it was only actually the outside of the mower, and nothing was wrong with the mower whatsoever. There was no issues with it whatsoever. It was nothing, well, I say there was no issues with the mower. The paintwork and that got scratched, and that was just easily straightened out. However, there was an issue with the mower. The mower ended up, it had a faulty gearbox, which, I might add, was absolutely nothing to do with me walloping it into a gatepost. That was the outside edge, and it hadn't affected the gearbox in the slightest. It turned out that the gearbox was faulty on that particular model, but the people that made the mower had gone out of business fairly soon after they'd sold the mower, and so it was, I think it was like some sort of minor class action lawsuit type thing, where anyone who'd been sold the mower was trying desperately to get at least some money back for this shoddy thing that didn't really work. And they did say to me at a later date, because I used to work for them temporarily, I'd go and work for them for a few weeks when I was on holiday and that sort of thing. And they did say to me, you know, if we'd known how bad this mower was when we first got it, we probably wouldn't have shouted at you so much for hitting it as soon as you got into the field. So, me being me, the first thing I said was, what do you mean, as soon as I got in the field? I never hit it as soon as I got in the field. I cut the entire field before I hit anything. And that didn't go down well then either. So, yeah. If you're being told off for something, don't correct them. They always tend to get upset. And even afterwards, when that they were saying, we wouldn't have been upset quite so much if we'd known how bad this mower was because of all the issues that we've had with it. We probably wouldn't have cared about you hitting the gatepost. It apparently still wasn't right for me to correct them, to tell them that I'd cut the field first. But I did. I cut the field. How can they get mad at me for that? Quite frankly, I think they were just completely out of order with that. Right, this dude, he's going to carry on and go and do that, and then I'm going to take this one, and we're going to go up the road, and we're going to go and get our new muck spreader. So we're going to be taking some manure from that great big heap. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.